So light language comes through as light codes, through sound, through movement, through art. So here's some signs that you might be ready or might be called to bring forward light language. There are all kinds of beings who bring forward light language. We've got every kind of high dimensional being. I finally figured out that you just attune others by having the intention. Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. Hi, I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal. I'm a shamanic channel and mentor, and I love to help lightworkers really expand and channel healing in the form of psychic Reiki healing or light language, and channel messages, not just from your own spirit guides, but from higher dimensional beings. Love to teach you how to take these two things, trance healing and trance channeling, and put them together and work in higher dimensional realms. And I love to help beginners. I love to help advanced. I love to help everyone. Let's all see what we can do in the spiritual realm together. Today, here to talk to you about light language. So, do you know what light language is? I'm just going to talk all about it today and help you understand how it works in case you're already naturally attuned or you're thinking about getting attuned. I think it's really important to know a few things. And so I do have a light language class coming up, and I am giving you this coupon for 35% off. It's a rare light language class. I always have a class that is a video class on my site that's always available, but I'll be doing a live light language class in July. First, I'd like to give you all a little demo of light language, and then I'll explain it. So this is a light language healing connection for abundance. And I'm saying healing connection because what I'm intending for this healing is that you will be connected to the joy of abundance. We want to be connected to joy because so much of abundance is so heavy, and we usually are equating money to paying bills or things like that, or money you owe, and that can really bring down your view or your energy signature with abundance. So I'm going to bring you some light language to help you bring that connection to abundance up to joy. Okay? Ayoka kokoti tisira chitira samana kokokokoria sa ayo do isira kuyo do aya na kuya churi si ono kuri si amatu duri la kaya. So did you feel that? So when you think of abundance, try to be grateful and try to connect it more with joy, and that will help you bring more abundance, and that light language should help you do that. So let's talk all about light language. What was that I just did? That was bringing through channeled light codes, bringing through channeled light. Now I'm bringing it through as a former opera singer in light language singing, or toning as it's called. But you can also bring it through in speaking, or sign language. Did you see me do this? It's the language with your hands. And sometimes it can be this, a sort of dancing, if you saw my arms moving, if you're watching on video. So my hands moving, I'm bringing that through with just arm movements. You can bring it through with dancing, and you can also bring it through with art. And the cool thing is you don't have to actually see it or hear it. So if you were visually impaired or impaired auditorily, then you would still receive it if you were in front of it, if it was being sent to you, if you're in front of the screen. So you don't have to hear it if you're deaf or hearing impaired. You can receive the healing. So even if I were to place a light language art piece in front of you and you couldn't see it, but you were in front of it, receive the light codes there. So light language is a channeled energy from higher dimensional beings or higher dimensions. It is light codes, it is frequencies, it's frequency healing. I really love light language as the first step to channeling because it is a channeled healing, just like Reiki. And I find that light language and Reiki go so well together. I cannot help but add Reiki when I use light language. It is channeled energy. And where's it come from? Is it coming from your higher self? Maybe, sometimes. Is it coming from higher dimensional beings? Yes, sometimes. And do you need to know where it's coming from? No, you don't. Do you need to know what you're saying or what you're bringing through? You don't. If it's spontaneous, if it's coming through, it's just something that's needed. However, if you want to bring through something, then all you need is the intention to bring it through. So light language comes through as light codes through sound, through movement, through art, speaking, toning, drumming, singing, symbols, art, hand gestures, body movement, even instruments. And it's a healing modality. It activates your DNA. It shifts your energy. It helps you release blocks. It is just a beautiful expression. It's art in its own way, art in music or art in speaking, or it's a frequency shift that's so enjoyable. So yes, I could get the message of exactly what I'm saying and exactly what's coming through. I can tune in and get that as a medium. It did take me 2 years to figure out what the words were. But I actually don't because it's so enjoyable to bring through. I just let it go. I know what the intention is. For the light language healing I just did, it was for abundance and finding joy in abundance, finding that connection. And I'll do another one in a little bit for you as well. Just doing that was so enjoyable for me. And all I did was have the intention. It came through and it was just feeling so good. You know, I felt the shift. So I don't need to translate it for myself or for you. I have a lot that I'm going to go through, but I would love to answer any questions you have, so please put them in the comments as well. But the main thing I want to say is that you don't have to know what you're saying if you're bringing it through. So who does light language? Well, you can be attuned to light language. I attune people. I have a class coming up, or you might be spontaneously activated. And we'll talk about that too in a minute. But I just want to tell you a few more things. Like, when you feel light language, you might feel an activation happening. You might feel tingly. It's kind of like Reiki, where you might just feel like an emotion. You might feel that you're clearing. You might feel your vibration rising, or you could feel nothing at all. And that doesn't mean that it's not working. It's still working. You just might not be aware of these energy shifts here, or you might still be connecting to understand how light language feels for you. So I really want to make that clear with Reiki or with light language. If you're not feeling it, it doesn't mean it's not working. It's always working. So you just may not feel things in the way that other people do, and that's okay. And that might change too. There are all kinds of beings who bring forward light language. We've got every kind of high dimensional being, angels, archangels, elementals, fae, star beings, dragons, ascended masters, deities, all of these beings can bring light language through you. And as you get farther with your light language, or your clairs open up and you begin to work more with higher dimensional beings or spirit guides that you work with in channeling, then you'll be able to bring these beings through with their light language. So I love to teach that in trance channeling mediumship, how to also then connect with that being and bring through their light language. It's really fun. Each being that comes through brings their own unique energy and sometimes their intention. However, you can ask for an intention. For instance, in the beginning of this, I said, let's bring through abundance, healing that's connected to joy. And that's what I did, right? And then later, we're going to be doing a healing to release a past life emotional block. So you can use it for anything. And yes, I usually use light language and I mix it with psychic Reiki healing. I mix it with trance channeling. I mix it all together, just like you do, I'm sure, when you work with all of the modalities that you use. I can't possibly remove Reiki from me to just give you a light language demo, but you can hear that mine is really a big part of it is light language. Missy says, best ever. Yeah, light language is great to work with. It's so easy and it's very enjoyable. So Let's talk about receiving and channeling light language. Anyone can bring through light language. It can begin spontaneously. Perhaps you were in a sound bath or a meditation during Reiki, or you were watching someone doing light language and it suddenly started coming through you. Or you can be activated or attuned by another, like I was saying earlier. So I attune people in light language. I have a video on my site that will attune you at any time, and you can be certified in it just by sending me a video. Or you can come to one of my rare light language classes, which I do about once a year, and I'll be doing if you want to join. And I'll be giving you a coupon if you haven't heard me say that. So here's some signs that you might be ready or might be called to bring forward light language. You're drawn to hearing it or watching others do it. If you just can't get enough light language, if you're just looking for those videos and always listening, well, maybe that it's time for you to bring it through. Or perhaps you're already attuned. If you feel it bubbling up or you hear it inside your head, maybe you should try bringing it through. Relax and let it come through. Remember, it's going to feel crazy when you bring through light language. It feels totally nuts. And that's the hardest thing, I think, for people. It's like I attune people to light language in the first 10 minutes of the hour-long class. However, it might take you a little while before you can let that sound come through, because it feels crazy. It feels wacky. And some people have a block to light language because of speaking in tongues. If you have some religious trauma, speaking in tongues can really ping you with the light language. And I always clear people of that in both my video class and in my live class. And I think that really helps, especially for spoken light language. In my light language class, I teach spoken, toning, which is singing, drumming, hand movements, dance, art, just like everything I can think of. Yes, and Missy says doodling, seeing symbols. That's another sign. Yeah, you might be doodling them. You might be seeing symbols. You might realize that a doodle that you've been making is a light language symbol. I just saw a great post about that. Someone realizing that a light language symbol they've drawn all their life wasn't a doodle. It was a light language symbol. And then about 50 other people or 100 other people said, I've always drawn that symbol too. It's amazing, isn't it? So you might feel emotional or activated when you hear light language. That could be it too. And it's just your soul remembering it or resonating with this expression. So you don't need to understand what's coming through, like I said before. So just set an intention, let it flow, and see what comes out. If you're not sure, if you're spontaneously attuned, then you can go to a class and be attuned. My video class is not expensive. It will really help you bring it through in every expression because it's so fun. Yeah, Ashley says, it takes some getting used to, but once you can accept and allow it, it will flow effortlessly. It's so true. So judgment blocks the flow, especially the fear of sounding silly. The thing about light language is it's not coming from you, it's flowing through you. And so it can feel like that if you let it flow, if you just let it go, you'll realize I am not making this up. There's no way I could make this up. I have tried to make up light language before. One time when my kid was little, I used to use a lot of light language to help him go to sleep, to relax and sleep. It works really well with kids, and it's really easy to attune kids too. And I would do that. One night he asked me to do that, but I was so tired, I just couldn't. And so I tried to make it up because I was just too tired to make any kind of connection to the spirit. I couldn't make it up. You would think that you could, right? When you're bringing light language through, sometimes feels like you're making it up. But then if you try to make it up, nothing. That's a good way to prove to yourself that you're really bringing through light language is try to fake it, and you'll see that's actually much harder. So you just need to set an intention with your light language and let it flow if you're attuned. And there's no wrong way to do it. The expression, again, can be sound or movement or visual. If you want to know the best practices to work your light language, I would say first ground and clear yourself, connect to source or your higher self, connect to 5D earth. This is what I do every morning or before I do any kind of spiritual anything. Set a clear intention for the healing of light language or for the light codes you intend to bring through, and then just let go, trust, and let it come through. That's how I would say is the best way to do it. Intention is enough to activate an attunement. So if you are attuned to light language, you can activate others just with an intention. This is something that I feel no one teaches, and I think it should be taught. That's how I teach in my class. Yes, you can attune someone else. All you have to do is have the intention that you're going to activate them in light language. If you've been attuned, it has worked, even if you don't feel it. But perhaps you are just not bringing it through because you're judging yourself, or it feels silly, or maybe it's not coming through in the way that you think it's supposed to. Because like I said, toning, speaking, drumming, art, hand movement, signs, dance, body movement, symbols, all of these things, even an instrument. So you can be attuned to one type of light language, or you can be attuned to all of them. If you're a beginner, you might be repeating the same tones or the same words over and over. When I first was attuned to light language, I just repeated the same words. There was 2 or 3 words. I repeated them over and over, and there was a lot of like sounds like ah, oh. And I thought, well, I'm really not doing it. So I got attuned again. Same thing. Then I was like, okay, that's it. I need a private attunement. So I did a private attunement with a really wonderful person who teaches a lot of light language. And she was like, yours sounds just like mine. It's totally fine. It's going to open up to more eventually. And I wanted to learn, well, how do I attune others? And well, she wouldn't teach me that. Oh, you'll figure it out. Well, I finally figured out that you just attune others by having the intention to attune them. Just in the same way that you use any kind of intention to use healing or to bring forth light language in general. And I think that's really important to know. So if you have light language, you can try to attune others with just the intention. The key is to really just believe that your attunement worked, because it should have. There's no reason why it wouldn't have worked. And allow it to develop by just getting out of your head, and don't judge yourself. And remember that there's so many expressions. Like I was saying before, maybe it's just not coming through in the expression that you think it is. For everyone, with all these different ways that it comes through, you might be better at one way. I like to bring it through in lots and lots of ways. And I love to teach people who are attuned to both the art and some sort of sound to put it together and make sigils, and also bring through numbers. There's also light language numbers or codes, however you want to call them. And I also teach that in my advanced light language class, which is also a video you can just buy. So they're advanced expressions. The sigils are symbols for manifestations. They're a bit more complex than just regular symbols. And light language numbers attunes you to specific issues or beings, or releases specific blocks. It's really good for that. It all does that. You can use light language to do that. But in the advanced expressions, it's a little more detailed, and I feel like it works a little faster. And I also love to teach a lot more than that in my advanced class, like how to monetize it and how to protect your videos and things that I think are really important for advanced light workers. So again, translation's not required. The meaning will come through however it comes through, and you don't need to know the exact words that are said. You don't need to translate. You can just enjoy it. And I love to put channeling and healing together. And light language is channeled healing. Reiki is channeled healing. And I love to bring them all together. So again, how to use. You're going to clear yourself energetically. You're going to set your intention, and you're going to allow it to flow. Don't try to analyze it. Don't try to control it, and let it just go. And that's really about light language. And people say it's codes, and that really is how I see it. I see light codes, geometric shapes. I can kind of see them if I look, or I can feel them. You might see like sparkles. You might see nothing. I mean, it's really not important that you see anything. Just as long as you make the intention, you bring it through, you'll begin to feel the vibration rising. And that's something that's really beautiful about light language. So does anyone have any questions? I tried to answer everything I could think of. Also, if you didn't hear me say it before, you don't have to even see or hear it. So if I have a light language symbol in front of you, and I'm bringing through the auditory light language too, let's say I'm toning, singing, and you can't see it, you're still receiving the full benefit. And if you can't hear it, you're just looking at it, you can still receive the whole benefit. And if you can't see or hear, but it's in front of you, you're still receiving it. So it's not dependent on you hearing the modality or the mode of the modality coming through. It's only dependent that you're there, open to receive. So light language is really versatile, and it's really beautiful. Now, I do have a class coming up. Now, you can always buy it for $111 right now, the video, if you'd like to buy it. And it's available on my site, and you can read more about light language. I have a full blog post to answer so many questions on my site at soundwavesheal.com/light-language. And if you'd like to join my Rare Light Language class on the 13th of July, as a thank you for watching this and my podcast, I'm giving a 35% off coupon, and that is SHINE35LL. So SHINE35LL will give you the 35% off discount. And if you're in tag, you get 40% off. And you'll find the link on my events page at soundwavesheal.com. And I'd like to give you another healing, but first let's see if there's any questions. Missy says, light language is amazing. Take the class. Well, the light language I'd like to give you, since I don't see any questions, is a light language healing to release a past life emotional block. All right, so when we have a past life that is affecting us in this life, then what that means is that there's an emotion from that past life that's causing a block or causing us to have a traumatic reaction. So we are triggered by this past life emotion. And once we release the emotion, it can really help you just release that trigger. So I'm going to do one for everyone watching here to release one past life emotion, to release that past life or keep it from triggering us. Okay, so here we go. So do ya pa 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 ya pa pa pa. So ku 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 dia na na hu. I oh no 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 you. I oh ku ku ku. A little faster for me because I am so used to doing it. I hope this helped you. Again, I just love it. I love light language. I love using it. If you're a person who's always wanted to be a singer or you're really drawn to music, then I think light language is for you. It's really a beautiful healing modality. It's very easy to get attuned. It's one of my least expensive courses. And it's just really an incredible way to bring forth specific healing so easily. And if you have Reiki, you can put it together and makes it even stronger. And I just love putting modalities together. I feel like we come to this earth with our own modality, but then yes, let's add to it. Let's add Reiki so that we can really focus it and learn how to use psychic healing to expand it. Let's add light language so that we can really bring in this channeling. And once you're channeling light language added to your Reiki, now you're ready to learn trance channeling. That's what I think. So I love to teach Reiki and light language and then get to channeling and trance channeling. You don't have to do it in that order, but I think it's really helpful. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for coming and have a beautiful day. Bye. Thank you for listening today. Please follow this podcast, like, subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you in our Facebook group 5D Daily. And be sure to sign up for my free Channeling Spirit Guides program, which you can find under resources at soundwavesheal.com. I am Rachel Chamness, and it's my pleasure to help Lightworkers expand their channeling to heal in higher dimensions.